Okay, now we will do natural join, which I was talking about. It is called natural join. Okay, how do we do it? Supposing if we write here select star, forget about this table for time being, I am not involving in. Let us do with these two. Fine. Say I wrote select star from customer. Okay, that means I told select all the fields from customer. Natural join, this is the clause which is to be used, natural join, and then you write the other table, that is item. Fine. What did I do? I wrote select star from customer, two keywords, natural join. Here I am using the join clause, item, the second table. What will happen in this case? First of all, if you want to have this kind of joining, exactly the same thing which you saw in the previous case, same thing is going to happen here. But there is a difference. What is the difference? First of all, if you want to execute this kind of command, you have to have two columns having identical name. I didn't say identical column, I said identical name. That means if the name is here ITID, here also the name has to be ITID. If the data type here is integer, here also the data type has to be integer. But that was not the case in the previous case. In the previous example, if you remember, I told you that I took the column name same ITID, but it could have been different also. Like in the normal, when we use alias to fetch query from two tables or more than two tables, the joining table, the connecting point columns or the column which helps us to connect or to relate, they can have different names by all probability. You have solved this kind of question in class 11. But here the rule is this particular column, at least one column have to be similar. Fine. So that is the rule in natural join. And what will happen? In this case, this particular column, ITID, will appear only once. And the first column, when we will display the command, we will see that ITID will be the first column to be displayed. So what will happen if I execute this? Obviously the result you can make out that 101, 101, 103. That means these three columns, these three basically values will be checked. These three values will be taken, and there is no 102. So 102 will not come in our query. That means first record will be 101. I said all the fields, so 501, 101 will come first. Okay, as ITID. Then 501, then the customer name ABC, then the city, and then the other fields. Because this 101, if you see item ID 101 is basically belongs to this particular record. Here we can see the thing is pen and 15 rupees. So here we will get pen, here we will get 15 rupees. Fine. Now here look at this, what will happen? The ITID column, the connecting column, that will come first. Okay, always it will come first. Now, if we write in a different way, if you write select start from item, natural join customer, then other way around will happen. Now look at this here, the tables, the columns from the customer table came first. If we wrote item first and then customer, then it would have been the other way around. Like item tables column would have displayed first. ITID will be always at the beginning. After that, these columns would have come, INAME and price, followed by CID, CNAME and city. That would have happened. So we will remember in natural join, remember there has to be one field, one column which should be having identical name, and they should have the same data type in order to apply natural join. And in the display, what will happen? The connecting column will appear only once. It will not come twice. Otherwise, the nature of comparison is same. Whatever we saw in the previous case, same thing we will see here. There is no difference between these two. Now, the question may come, like if we want to involve three tables. Like I want to take customer, I want to take item, I want to take iGrade. All three columns I want to take. Sorry, all three tables I want to take. And imagine we have here 101, 104 and 102 is also. Right? So in that case, I said It depends basically that what kind of display you want. What makes more sense here to do a customer wise, because this particular customer has bought this particular item. This item is being described here. Okay, this item is described here, and more description we can find about that item here. Okay, that is how the situation is. So we can write here select star from customer. I told you the keyword natural join. Natural join, it should be item, and you want it should be joined with I grade, another table also. So again we will write natural join I grade. Okay, natural join first table, no commas, nothing. Natural join first table, no commas. Natural join second table, natural join third table, and so on. That is how we can join them. Fine. So in this case also, obviously I wrote customer first, so IT will be displayed first. All the columns from the customer table will be displayed then. That will be followed by the columns in the item table, and that will be followed by the columns, only one column here in I grade table. That is what is going to happen. Fine. But here the situation may come like this. Like, what if, imagine I have these two tables. So let's not make it very complicated, because in your level I don't think 3 tables are very rare, may not come. So let us talk about 2 tables, this customer and item. From this customer and item, from these 2 tables I told you to do a natural join, but I wrote select star. That means all the fields from customer table and item table were taking part in the join. But now I thought that I will take IT, obviously it's the most important thing. I will take IT, I will take customer name, but I will not take city. I am not interested to look into city. And from there I will take item name and price. Then I need to make a natural join. In that case, what you got to do is select. Fine. Now you write the field names. How will you write the field names? Here there is a peculiarity you will see. IT, I wrote IT is from customer table or item table. Fine. That is the main connecting point. Fine. Then I wrote C name, customer name. Fine. And then I wrote I name, and I wrote price. But very peculiarly you will see, I will write here from customer. So it may sound like that from customer, from this table if you are fetching, how come then I name and price are there? I name and price should not be there, because I name and price belong to some different table. But the syntax is exactly like this. You have to write all the field names that you want to take from the 2 tables, write the list of the fields, write the first item, because whenever you are making a join, one is on the basis of what? Like I did a customer wise query. Customer wise. I could have done an item wise query also. Other way around also I could have done. I told you this. So I wrote from the first table. Okay. Then we will write natural join. Natural join, we will write the second table, that is item. And we will see that automatically the system will understand that item and price are not basically part of customer, they are the part of item table. Okay, so what is the syntax? First we write select, then we write all the fields, IT, C name, I name, price. Now here the question arises, which IT we are talking about? There will be no confusion here, because you said from customer. That is on the basis of the customer. Customer being the primary table, we will do the join. So obviously this IT will belong to customer table. From customer table, IT value will be taken. And natural join means we are looking for a match. Wherever this IT will match with this column, those particular rows will be taken up. If there is a match, then that particular row is taken up. That is what is the meaning of natural join. And then we write natural join item. So even though we write one of the table names later, the field names which are taken from the other table are perfectly understood. So that is the only peculiarity of this command. Fine? So that is all about natural join.